Hallelujah. If you can just give us, like usual, some time to get everything situated, um, we'll get started. Hallelujah. Shalom, Redbeards Racing, and shalom, Sister Tracy belongs to Frank Stockton. Sister Cassie, wife of Narrow Gate Homestead. Shalom. Brother Alex, you're going to want to hear this, brother. You're going to want to hear this. I got something to say. Amazing just happened today. But shalom, Brother Alex. Yes, we noticed you were gone. Journey Acres, Brother David. Shalom, my brother. I'm starting to get in contact with you, brother. I still get in contact with you. Zen Explorations. Shalom, sister. Unique Taste of Soul, my brother. Shalom. It's about to get real. Shalom. 12 Tribes Athlete, my brother. Shalom. Brother Frank. Shalom, brother. Shalom, shalom. You sent me an email. When did you send it, brother? Unique Taste of Soul. When did you send that email? So I can go and make sure I star it so I can address it. You know why? Sister Brooke. Shalom, sister. Shalom, shalom. Sister Cheryl. Shalom, sister. Blaine, we miss you every single time we don't see you on the stream, Sister Cheryl. Johnny Smith. Shalom, shalom, brother. You're like, okay, I'll go look for it. I'm so far behind. I caught up and I got further behind. That is what it is. Can you turn this light off and see? Can you pull it like forward? Okay, turn the light back on. Samara, Sister Samara, wife of 12 Tribes Athlete. Blessings to the house of 12 Tribes Athlete. Bless you, sister, and shalom. Redbeard, I can see all other comments. I can see everybody else's comment. Rashana Yisrael, wife of John P. Johnson. Still my favorite name. Shalom, sister. Shalom to the house of John P. Johnson. Hallelujah. Carrick, 318, Southern Hospitality. Shabbat Shalom, brother. Shabbat Shalom. Jakar 3. Shabbat Shalom. This is a very happy, but also at the same time a very, very concerning live stream. But I want to save the surprise. Something happened today. It was a surprise. I'm going to share it. Ronnie Rainier, Shabbat Shalom, brother. Sister Lisi, Shabbat Shalom, sister. Okay, go watch your show. Brother Michael G, Shabbat Shalom, brother Michael. I'm still working on that, the fellowship date. I am still working on that. Queen Hope, Shabbat Shalom. My brother, Israelite Prepper. And you still, brother, your name is the only name that I have problems with routinely. All right, can you type in the chat again, brother? Ronnie Rainier, wife of, Ronnie Rainier's wife, Sister Robinique. Shalom. There you go. Goodness gracious. Yes, they had them. Yes, they had them. They're here. Sister Queen Hope said, had they had the babies yet? Yes, they did. They were both born in December. You might hear in the background. We actually showed it. Yeah, it takes it away and it comes back, and I don't understand the whole, because there's no such thing as a temporary wrench. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't try to understand it. I just understand I have to keep putting your wrench back. Sister acres. I believe that'd be oh wait, 6 acres. Oh, not sister acres. 6 acres. Thank you. He said, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They were actually in a live stream yesterday. We actually showed them in a live stream yesterday. So the Chava Chava. Shalom, shalom. Right now, the sisters are walking around with them. They may make a special appearance. They may make a special appearance. I want to thank you once again, everybody, for helping me understand this COPA law, understanding what it was talking about. T-Sim, shalom. H-O-Q, my brother. Shalom, my brother. Overwatch, shalom, shalom, shalom. Have not, it's the first time I've seen your name, so welcome to the stream. Bless you. Rebecca Lynn, wife of Israelite Prepper. Shabbat shalom, Mrs. Ragsdale. Shabbat shalom, sister, and to your head. Shalom, sir, I honor you. Yes, we have a lot of information to cover this stream. A lot of information. And a lot of the information, I'm not going to pump fear and pump a bunch of, I'm just going to tell you what is being said. I hope you have a pen and paper, because I want you to look these things up yourself. So it's not, well, he said this. No, I want you to see it yourself. There's some very concerning things that I have ran across in regards to this virus and food scarcity. They're linked. There's a link to them. Amiyah, Salt and, I've been to the rest of the name. Salt and Light Gypsy, shalom. Yeah, I would, I'm just gonna say this right now to start off the stream. I would highly suggest that you have not purchased food, please do so. Please do so. Please don't procrastinate. Not with this thing. Again, I'm not gonna pump a bunch of fear. I'm just gonna tell you things that you can verify yourself. You can verify these things yourself. Jas peace. Shalom, shalom. Yes, 6 seconds. I worked in the medical field. Yes, I had to take yesterday's live stream off because there was some conflict. And I don't want the conflict to be out there. So I took it down. In the preservation of certain, and when people start saying things that make other people look bad, I make sure that I protect those brothers or sisters in the faith. There's a lot going on. There simply is a lot going on. Also, I want to say, I'm going to start. Yes, but the problem is that I can't stay away from the patients. That's part of my job. I have spent extensive time working in ERs, and now I don't. I got moved to a different part of the hospital because they needed people with some size to work on this unit. So I work on that unit now, but we still interact directly with patients from the ER. I've worked in triage before, but we still I still interact directly with patients that are transferred to our floors. This is concerning. This one concerns me. Even some of the nurses that I've been nursing for, some of the charge nurses, even they're looking like, even the house charge. This is interesting. This one's causing some people to feel certain ways. There's another nurse that I work with, and he's in the preparedness also. We were discussing this all 2 days ago, 3 days ago. We were discussing this, and he was like, my goodness, what they're saying can't be true. what the information that they are giving is it's an impossibility for what they're saying to be true. And I went and did some research, and I come out to find out that the numbers they're giving you have to be a bald-faced lie. Yes, there's a confirmed case in Chicago, and in that case, we're gonna talk about that case in Chicago. That case in Chicago, I don't know if you watched the press conference on that case. That lady, I think it was the mayor. Was it the mayor? Whoever it was I was talking, she said some things that were like, almost like it came from a movie. Like she was talking as if I was watching like Dawn of the Dead, right. or Contagion or something like that. A lot of vagueness, a lot of don't be worried, we have it all under control. We're working as hard as we can. Yes, 2 possible cases in San Francisco. There are 2 possible cases in LA. There are 3 possible cases in Mexico. France has 4 confirmed cases of this thing. Hong Kong just declared a state of emergency because of this thing. And they want us to believe that there were 1,500 people with it. One here in Canada. Okay, 1 confirmed in Canada. Brother Alex said, I work for the government. When the government tells you not to worry, be concerned. Yes, College Station. Yes, in Shalom, the house of Jean Paul. Shalom, brother, and to your wife, Sister Tanya, shalom.
That's the same thing that one other video we watched with that guy. He said he works and talks with the government officials.
We're going to talk about this. Sister Tracy, shalom. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait another minute or 2, and then we're gonna get started. We have good news, and then we're gonna go into that. Westhold Ford, shalom. And there is a direct link, especially in China, to food scarcity. Some people have said it's a pattern. I don't know, for those of you who are subscribed to RT, Russia Today on YouTube, but if you look at Russia Today, there's a video that a woman posted of her eating a bat. A bat. No, not a Louisville slugger. A literal flying bat. Who eats a bat? They're talking about them eating pandas and snakes. I'm telling you, we're going to dive into this, and we're going to go into the numbers. And also, they're known for carrying diseases. No, brother Johnny Smith, this lady actually, you could see the bat. You could see the bat on her plate. She tries to get it in her fork, and then she just picks it up and starts biting into the wing. And I'm looking at like, and people get mad at Yah's law. People get mad at Yah's law of food, and they eating pandas and snakes and bats. I mean, damn, in China, I would be afraid if my child ran off. You come back, a day later, and they're on somebody's plate.
Oh my goodness.
Damn zombies. Oh, you saw the picture. Okay. Iguanas.
They eat almost anything.
Anything. Camels. People said that they were... You want some wings? Eat some hot wings. It's just amazing. So we're gonna dive into this. We're gonna dive into this. How the numbers... I want you to... No, I don't want to say it yet. There are confirmations by people who live in Yuan or Wuhan or whatever the place is called, that this number is gravely underestimated. There are pictures of dead bodies in the hallways of these hospitals. There are pictures that are being shown of dead bodies on the street. And they want to convince you that 41 have died. There's an audio I want you to listen to of a nurse who's working in the hospital. And I'm gonna tell you what to look up on Google so you can see it. She's working in the hospital crying. Yeah, that's right. 6 acres. A nurse said, who's working in a hospital, that the doctors there are more than 10 doctors. They are seeing more than 100 patients a day. But the number they're giving us is what, 1,400 infected? If in that one, they're building 2 hospitals in China right now. One hospital is going to be built in 10 days. It's 1,000 bed hospital. And they're also building another hospital. It's going to take 2 weeks. That's a 1,300 bed hospital. And they're building it in 2 weeks. That would show me that there is something to be concerned about. Exactly, Sister Tracy. They are preparing. They know something and aren't sharing it. And you know, governments are going to try and downplay this. I personally believe if you look at a lot of the news agencies, what you'll notice is that they're all covering the Trump impeachment. And when you look for the coronavirus, it's down there in the list of things. It's way down there. I'm just trying to figure out, and people think this thing is, I've worked. I am hazmat trained. I am certified in basic hazmat. As far as a hospital goes, as far as working the showers, as far as how to decom somebody, as far as protective gear, as far for NBC, nuclear, biological, chemical. This does not have the effects. What they're doing is not no. I don't care what nobody says. This is not about 1,400 cases. No. Nor am I trying to pump the fear, zombie virus outbreak, Dawn of the Dead, World War Z. No, I'm not doing that either. What I am saying is they are grossly underestimating. This thing has a kill rate of 2 to 2.3%. That's what they're saying it is now. I want you to look out. You can hear the nurse. There's a video with a nurse, and she's telling you, she's in China. She works at one of the hospitals. She is crying and saying that they can't control it. It's already out of control. The government is lying to you. She said, the government's telling everybody to come to the hospital. There are pictures of the hospital hallways filled with people, like shoulder to shoulder. And they're telling everybody to come to the hospital, which means if you didn't have it when you went to the hospital, you're leaving home with it. It reminds me of what working in the ER. I worked in the ER. I worked in triage. They said too many people contract diseases, MRSA, staph infection, Hep. They get these things because they go to the hospital because they had a sniffle, and they leave with a lot more than a sniffle. Because how many times do you see the ER get a stat? We call stat cleaning. How many times do you see it get stat cleaned? How many times do you see them clean off the chairs? I'm not talking about a little cavity wipe. You get a cavity wipe, you wipe it down. No, I'm talking about towel, bleach, cleaning the chair, the water fountains, the pens that you sign your triage form with. How many times do you see that? The front door that leads into the emergency room. How many times do you see that? You don't ever see them clean the common areas, ever. You'll see a person throw up on the floor, they'll get a mop that mess up real quick and keep pushing. Now here comes your child, and they had their little toy with them, and they drop their little toy on the ground and go and pick it up. And the parent doesn't say, oh hell no. Where's the flamethrower? That toy is gone. You don't see that. The parent picks it up and gives it to their child. The worst thing you could ever do at a hospital is pick up and have direct contact with anything that comes off the floor.
They have toys there for the children.
They have community toys for the children at the hospital. Come play in a little jungle gym. I'm gonna let you know, they don't clean this stuff as much as you think they do. EVS, which stands for Environmental Services, they may do a morning and a late afternoon cleaning of those toys. I'm just saying, things for you to think about before you take your child to the ER over a sniffle. And right, and what they don't, I'm glad you said that, Queen Hope. A lot of the people that do the cleaning aren't people that are trained in cleaning. They are people that, let me say this. They are people that they don't mind working a very low wage job. Don't be, I'm just saying, this is what the hospitals are. Now imagine you go into your local hospital and it's packed. Sister Tracy, I was going to talk about that, the public school system. Imagine your ER is packed with people and one comes in there. Because you know when you go to the ER, people are waiting in a waiting room for how long? And they're coughing and sneezing and hawking up. Some of them have the little pink buckets and they're spitting all in it, throwing up in the bucket. And here you are in the same room with them. Did you ever think about that? That person in the corner. They don't wear masks. Another thing. Have you seen the price of these masks? They are tripling. Many places are sold out. People are now buying those you know the lawn people and they mow the lawns on and stuff, or like to keep drywall dust out of your face. They're buying those masks, thinking that those masks, and then they're being told, well, it's better than nothing.
Is it something?
I mean, it's something. It may stop direct particulate, but it's not there to filter out the microbiome, the smallest. Yeah, dust mask. Thank you. So we're gonna go into this deeply. Yes, a lot of low-wage employers would come to work sick because they can't afford to take time off. That's right. So we're gonna hit this. We're gonna hit it hard. It doesn't stop the molecular. Thank you, Erie Farms. It doesn't stop the molecular level. And this is not a bacteria. See, a lot of people will think this is a bacterial infection, so they'll get colloidal silver. Colloidal silver does not stop virus. It doesn't stop viral. It stops bacterial. So you're going to need antiviral things, not antibacterial things. But it gets deeper because we're going to talk about the stores and why you should always strive for self-sufficiency. Because there was a guy who had moved from the United States who lives in Wuhan or Yuan, whatever you call it. And he did a what do you call those things? A live stream, article, or not an article, interview. Where are you going? Okay, an interview, and he said, "I have been out of rice for 2 days because he does not want to go to the store. He has been out of food for 2 days. So how does he eat?" And if you look, I want you all to do your due diligence. Look at some of the pictures of what's taking place. Look at the empty shelves. Everybody's running to the stores and stocking up in food because in order for you to shelter in place, you have to have provisions. Starting first day Sunday in that Wuhan, whatever that place is called, they're going to be no longer allowing cars to drive on the roads. And they got this thing under control. How many of you remember when they first did the quarantine? It was 11 million. Then it was 16 million, 20 million, 26 million, 41 million, 50 million. Now it's at 56 million. 56. And doctors have reported that it's upwards really of over 100 million. With over 100,000 infections, which is what these doctors who are there on the ground are reporting. And the thing is that a lot of these things that people use, yes, elderberry and garlic, these are all antiviral, and these things are great. The problem is I'm not necessarily just worried about the virus. I'm worried about economic ramifications because of this thing. Hong Kong, they are starting to riot. There's a lot of anti-government sentiment already. There's a lot of anti-government sentiment in Hong Kong already. You can have all the antiviral stuff you want to, but if you can't eat, you're screwed. Antivirals only work for a time, and people don't get that part. They think I have the end-all be-all because I take this thing. Oh, this thing is antiviral, therefore I'm safe. These people clearly don't understand viruses. They don't understand mutation rates. They don't understand there is no one thing that cures all things. I took this and it's completely antiviral, so I don't gotta worry about nothing. People don't understand that. They think that there are like the answer key. You know, you go to school, there's an answer key for all the answers in the book. They don't understand that sort of stuff. Right. Yes. No, you. Yes. Because see, people don't understand viruses because most of the viral information they get are from other YouTube channels where people are speaking about a thing and they say, you should have this. And they think, I bought this thing, I took it, therefore I'm good. And then they come down with it. And they're like, well, I've been taking this faithfully. It's not a end all be all. There are still precautions that you have to take. Okay, great, you're doing this. Are you going to go and take a handful of that virus and eat it? No. Right, a cold is up. Thank you, Sister Kim. Thank you. These things are, especially with the tampering that people have done with modern science. Nah. But before we go there, tomorrow I have a video because Brother Alex, this is what I want to tell you. Right, yeah, don't get in a panic buying, you know, because people will do that. Oh my gosh, I gotta go to the store and buy 50 million pounds of rice and beans. No, don't do that. You should have already been buying something. You should have already been putting things away. Already. You should not be like the rest of the people running out there right now to go and get it. You should have already been putting back corn, rice, medical supplies, self-defense mechanisms. This thing should have already been done. If you are trying to run out there now, you are actually putting yourself in you're doing a great disservice to yourself. But what I want to say is, so we got a goat. And you've heard me and Brother Alex talking about it. We got a goat. Well, we got two goats. One is still running around. Frank is still running around. He's still on the property, doing what Frank does. So we have another goat, and it was in our goat pen with our other female. We, doing our studies today for Shabbat, the children went outside for Shabbat, and my daughter comes running in. No, Sister Rosie of UK, stop encouraging Frank. She said, go Frank. Don't encourage him to do this. We're joking. My oldest daughter comes running over to me and says, what's her name? Maya just had a baby. We didn't even know she was pregnant. We just got to go. Brother Alex brought her to us. She just had a baby. Like, what? Like, yes, she had a baby. Wait. Who had we don't have a male goat. She just had a baby. So I'm throwing my boots on, running outside. I get out there, and there's 2 baby goats, 2 kids, underneath Maya. So apparently, Maya was pregnant when we received her, and had twins. Sister Betty, but there you are. Right, she must have been bred when she sent us to us. So we have 2 little kids now. And we weren't ready for this. We had no precautions, nothing ready before this. Because we didn't know she was pregnant. But we did notice, like, she's getting a little bit bigger. And we had just said, we're going to go to the auction, and we're going to buy a male and 2 females. We had just said this within the last week or 2. Like, we're going to get ready for spring. We're going to buy a male and 2 females because I want a flock, school. And yes, I know I'm intentionally using the wrong words. I want a school of goats. A flock of goats. Meat. So those who just heard the live stream yesterday, we were talking about the products they were taught that they wanted, and we just said we wanted goat milk for the hair products. She gave birth out of nowhere. Thank you so much, Sister Dana. Thank you so much. Because we are too excited now. Our herd is expanding. No, our school of goats. Our flock of goats is expanding. And that kind of segues into what the stream is going to be about, self-sufficiency. I hope that we are seeing how evident this thing is. 1 billion, 1 doe. 1 billion, 1 doe. We were amazed. I'm like, see, my daughter, she's a very smart child. I don't think she's seeing things. She's running in the house telling me, I'm not posting yesterday's live stream because we had an issue in yesterday's live stream. And I don't want it to get out. So I took it down. I took the stream down. For that to preserve anonymity and to give due respect to information that should not have been out. Yes, we are gonna put a video of it. Actually, I shot a video. It's uploaded on YouTube, and we're going to show you all. Hallelujah. It's a surprise. I mean, it was a complete surprise to have those 2 little goats. I mean, you hear they're making noise. You're like, am I seeing this right? I see the blood. I see the thing hanging from Maya. And I see 2 little goats, and they're trying to stand up, and they're so cute. It's so cute. But let's get back to the stream. Self-sufficiency. For those who are not on the stream, when we started, there are reports, including first-hand reports of nurses that are in the hot zone. They're in, Wuhan, China, right now. She did a video. She's in the hallway of the hospital. CNN has done, that whatever they do to try to figure out the language and all that, and they said this is a legit video. Also, other news articles, Washington Post, New York Times, have said this is a legit video from this hospital. The dialect matches, some markers in the hospital lined up with things, they do how they do their stuff. The nurse said that this number of 1,400 that they're giving you, doctors in the hot zone who are there at the hospital have communicated with other doctors and have communicated with the CDC. And she reported that it's more like 100,000 people are sick. that number of 41 dead, not even close. I want you to go look up the video. Look up nurse or doctor says 100,000 sick of coronavirus. You look it up. Watch that nurse's video of her in the hallway. Look at the pictures of the hallways in these hospitals, and you will see dead people in the hallways in the hospital. The nurse also said, do not, she's warned the people, do not come to the hospital. Stay home. Stay home. We have a couple cases. We have one confirmed in Chicago, Illinois, and the confirmed one in Washington. There are 2 probable cases in San Francisco, 2 in LA, 3 or 4 in Mexico, 22 states. It was on Drudge Report. 22 states are testing. I think it was 61 people. 22 states. See, with a 2-week incubation period, people don't get. A 2-week incubation period means for 2 weeks, this person could be walking around, bumping into people, coughing, hacking, sneezing. And they, especially in flu season, they may just think that they have a common flu. But they're hacking all over everybody. Brother Alex, neither is mine. The nurses, some of the nurses are, but administration, and they're issuing, they're doing small little things. We just want to let you all know, hand washing is so important. You want to make sure you wash your hands regularly. I know y'all doing. That's why following Yahshua is smart. Following Yahshua got many hours of PTO. Many. Following Yahshua, he don't call in. I don't call in. I stack those PTO hours. Those are my hours, and I'm going to use them. Think of 100,000. Look at how the numbers have increasingly, the quarantine zone has increasingly expanded. And they're telling you that they got it under control. Do they really? How do you control something like that? When you don't even know if a person has it. No, Sister Colleen, it's 56 million are on lockdown. And a doctor said it's more than that. They're just saying that they're not reporting. The country of China shut down the Great Wall. They shut down Disneyland. They shut down McDonald's. Do you know the economic ramifications of doing that, especially during the Chinese New Year when people are spending billions and billions of dollars commercially and personal income? Do you know what it means for a country to shut down tourist attractions that are going to benefit them economically greatly? And they're saying, we don't even want the money. That's not a country that is, we're not worried about this thing. No, that means that you are really, and they added Hong Kong. Hong Kong, they put a state of emergency up. Does this sound like this is a controllable thing? Does this thing sound? And again, I'm just stating what we can read. Does this sound like something that they've got under control? When they say don't worry, should you really just not be worried? Look at the pictures of the store. Look at the pictures of the stores. Look at the pictures of these things. When you have to quarantine 56 million people, that doesn't sound like, that's more people than many states. Many of the states that we have don't have 56 million people. For those of you that live in large metropolitan areas, imagine trying to quarantine Southern California. Yes, the doctors are begging people to stay home, begging them, don't come to the hospital. The nurse was recorded saying, people, the government's lying to you. Stay home. Don't go to the hospital. Stay home. I want you all to look at the press conference. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Sister Dana. I want you to watch that Chicago press conference. I think it was the mayor. She was saying things like, "Don't worry. You don't need to be worried about this at all. We have this under control." And I'm looking at this, and we listened to it, and I hit pause, and Rika immediately said, "That sounds like one of these movies." And I was like, "Right."
Continue on.
Normally. Yeah, she said, continue on your normal daily routines. Right, they lying. I want you to take this into consideration. Mother Kate, Pastor Fox's wife, my beloved Mother Kate, did an excellent video. She asked a question, and I didn't even think about this until she said it. If they quarantine areas off, how do you get food into those areas? How do you effectively feed 11 million people without continually running trucks in? See, large metropolitan areas, they rely on the trucks running 24 hours a day into the stores, dropping goods off. 11, these Walmart is a just now delivery system. The stuff that you eat on the shelves was just delivered within 24 to 48 hours. A large majority, it's a constant resupplying the shelves, a constant trucks coming in, being unloaded, being brought into the store. You're in stores back then, they used to have these huge warehouses where all the goods were stored in the back. Today, it's a just now inventory system. The trucks have to keep rolling, when something runs out at Walmart, and I know because I have people that are high up in Walmart that I know that, that's the one thing I love about the Father blessing me with this job, is I've been able to make connections with people that I would not have otherwise had, because I treated their family member, their mama, their daddy. I treated somebody and their family, and they're sharing with me information, because I'll talk to them, that's how their family member's doing, and you talk to them and talking to the parent or the brother or sister, and they share information. It's a just now delivery system. One hiccup, shelves are empty. One hiccup, shelves are empty. So, no, you're not doing that. Be quiet. You understand me? Sorry about that. Parenting. So now, what's going to happen if they quarantine? Let's just say, because they're quarantining cities. Large metropolitan. Why do you think the Father says, "Come out of her, my people, and be ye separate, so that you will not partake of her, be a partaker of her sins and a partaker of her plagues"? Why do you think he says that? The Bible says, "The prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself. The foolish one passes on and is punished." That's what he says. Yes, Elcount, I saw that video of Ice Age Farmer. He posted a video of people fighting over food. The shelves were completely bare. Let me ask you, let's just say you live in LA. Let's just say you live in San Francisco, in Houston. If they say, we're shutting it down, do you think they're going to be rolling in with semi-trucks to fill up the shelves at Walmart? Looks like Black Friday, that's right. Not just that, but let's say everybody's running into the stores, and you have infected who don't know they're infected yet, who are running into the store right along with you, sneezing, hacking, coughing while they're trying to get food to feed their family. See this picture? While they continue to keep telling you, Just keep what you see. This system, if it's as bad as it could be, I'm not saying it is. If it is as bad as it could be, if they want to protect the economy as long as possible, China is fighting with the United States for the top economy in the world. Do you understand the ramifications of shutting down shutting 56 million people in cities? Do you understand the economic ramifications? Do you understand that it would take a lot for a country to say we're going to shut down basically our economy? Do you understand what that means? Right, it does sound like a zombie movie we've all seen. Do you understand what that means? These large China. And you know, if you know anything about the Chinese culture, they are a very proud and strong culture. They do not want to admit that things are that they don't have control over something. They always admit they have, they always act like they have control over a situation. Damn, they're buying up half of Africa. Now they're shutting down the Great Wall, Disneyland. Right, it is economically worse for China. So when they are telling their people during an economic boom, stay home, they know their great holiday is coming where people are going to spend billions of dollars. And they're telling the people on their big holiday, stay home. Don't go out. Stay in your houses. Do not go outside. Do not go out and meet your friends. Avoid public gatherings. I want you to avoid them so bad, we're going to shut them down so they can't even happen. Do you understand that? That's serious. That is serious. And do you honestly believe they're going to tell you ahead of time? Do you honestly believe they're going to tell you how serious it is? Right. Since the tribal letter, yes, it's the peak of the new year. Billions are being spent during this time of the year in China. They're building a hospital in 10 days. I don't know for those of you who are aware of this, but look at the picture. There's like 30, 40 tractors out there. Cranes. They got 4,000 people working 24 hours a day to get this 1,000-bed hospital up. They're going to be fighting like it's 1999. They will keep us in the dark as long as they can. That is the absolute truth. And do you see how fast it's spreading? I mean, I remember when it first started because I track these things. I believe as a preparedness-minded people, those of us that are in this faith who are preparedness-minded, you should know current events. You should know what's going on around the world. You shouldn't just be caught up in your own little facet of life. You should know, okay, because the Bible says the prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself, while the foolish one passes on and is punished. So in order for you to be prudent, you must know what's happening around you. You must. So along with making sure that I live my Bible, that I'm spiritually in tune with the Father, I also make sure I crack open the newspaper. That I make sure that rather than having my YouTube full of hair and twerking, I make sure my YouTube is full of Al Jazeera, RT, Reuters, even some of the mainstream. And I noticed like Yahoo is not covering this at all. Yahoo, one of the top websites that disseminate has some of the most visitors to view their news section. They're talking about the whole Trump situation. And people are saying, see, they're trying to use this virus as a distraction from Trump's impeachment. I think it's reversed. I think they're using Trump's impeachment as a distraction for what's actually happening with this virus. I think this virus is beyond their control. No, you, shalom, shalom, shalom. Yes, it's reversed. They're using the Trump impeachment to distract away from what's happening with this virus. Because everywhere you look, it's talking about the Trump impeachment. Everywhere. Oh, they're bringing this star witness. They're bringing that star witness. Oh, they found a pair of Trump's underwear where he had a skid mark, and a skid mark spelled Russia. This crap is crazy. Yes, they don't want people to see their screw up. That's right. This thing, I don't think, and I'm not trying to spread fear. I don't think this thing is at a point where it's controllable now. They're trying to get in front of it, and they're trying to give you this sense of, you're okay, we're in front of this thing. I don't think they are. Trump's underwear. I don't think they're in front of this thing. I think they're way behind it. Way behind it. And we're the last to know. There's someone in quarantine in North Carolina at Duke University Hospital right now. See, I don't even know about that one. In North Carolina, 22 states. See, and what they're telling you, oh, we got these people quarantined. We got 61 people monitored. It's got a possible 2-week incubation period. So how many people did those 61 people bump into? From the time they came back to the States until the time you got them, how many days was that? 5, 10? So if they were in the States for 10 days, bumping into people, I talked about it in my first coronavirus video. How many people, let's take the last 5 days. The last 5, this is last week. Can you tell me the name of every single person you bumped into? Can you tell me the exact name and where you bumped into these people? Yes or no? If you went to pump gas, you can't. It's impossible. So how dare they give us this idea that they got everybody? How can you say that? If each one of those 61 people was here just for 24 hours, they had to fly from China to the Americas. Let's just say they had a layover in New York because they were flying to Oklahoma City. Well, they brought it from China and they had a layover in New York. While they were in their layover in New York, were they in a Ziploc bag not talking to anybody? No, they could have gone out, got some coffee, ran into people, bumped into people. That airport just became a hot zone. Right. Do they even know how long the virus can live? Sister Betty Boo, Sister Daniel, you're right. Every airport could be infected. Every airport that brought one of these people over could be infected. And it's that spider web syndrome thing where, okay, this person touched this person, but now this person touched 20 people. And let's just say out of all the thousands of people or hundreds of people you bump into over the course of a week, you only pass it to one person. Right. Use the bathroom. That's a great point, Sister Rebecca. How many people use the bathroom in an airplane? How many people can actually pee in the toilet without getting speckles of pee on the toilet seat? And they want to convince the non-thinking masses, you're okay, just keep spending your money. Spend your money, you're all right. Don't worry about it. No, I'm worried. Right. And Bill Gates did predict an epidemic that would kill 30 million. Yes, he did. Right. Westhold Ford, that's right, on a 12-hour flight. A 12-hour flight of you in an airplane with 160 other people. And they want me to feel safe. Yes, bleach does kill it. Yes.
Do they still have flights out of that?
No, they stopped the flights. But here's another amazing thing. They issued the stop flight order, and after they issued it, 44 more flights left. After they issued the order to stop all flights. 44 more flights left. That's effectiveness. Hey. No more airplanes will leave this airport. Yes, sir. The airplane just left. I know, sir. How long is it going to take you to issue this order? I don't know. I have to text it to my friends first. I'm going to put it on Instagram. Hopefully all the pilots have Instagram. All right, sir? I hit send. Look at my Instagram, sir. It says stop flights. Look, son, you gotta let the pilots know. Oh, personally? So you want me to go to the plane and tell them? Oh, why didn't you tell me that? I'm gonna run out of the air control tower. I'm gonna run under the flight deck, and I'm gonna go tell them. Oh, ridiculous, right? If that flight had 160 people, it flies to a destination. Some get off, new ones get on. They fly to the next destination. Drop the rest. How can you say it's controlled? That's another thing, brother. I was thinking about that. The merchandise, the made in China merchandise. And you know they don't have the greatest standards in these sweatshops. On all these, appliances and things that they're building. And they ship it. This is insane. This is why I'm a firm believer. Yah's word is the answer to all things. It's the answer. He said, come out. He said, be separate. Yes, they've had 4 infections in France, actually. Yes, SPJ, I believe that too. By the end of the week, it'll be in the thousands. It'll at least be in the hundreds, although it'll be well over 1,000. They'll tell you 67 people are infected. Yeah, multiply that. Please multiply that times 100. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Oh, hold on one second. Yes, North Carolina too. They said 22 states. They have 61 people in 22 states that they're monitoring. Great job. You're monitoring them. What about the people that they're in contact with?
What is monitoring mean?
They have them at the hospital. They said, I don't know if y'all saw it. There was one girl who came from the that district who took a suppressant. It was in the news. I just watched the article or watched the news report on it. She took a temperature suppressant, so it kept the temperature down. And she was able to walk through undetected. She went to a restaurant and posted on her Twitter that she was able to bypass the airport temperature thing by taking, but she was already showing signs of sickness before she left the district. Took a temperature suppressant, kept the temperature down. She came in, passed the thermal scans, and posted it all on Instagram or Twitter or one of those. She took a picture of her food and how she was able to bypass these checks. Now they have her, and they have her in isolation, and her vitals are showing signs of recovery. Okay, what about all the people she's been around for the past 2 days when she was an active carrier? Right. There will always be people who don't care about the risk. You quarantine people and they want to get out, they're going to get out. 24 to 80. Yeah. I believe it'll go exponentially. SPJ, I just watched that movie 2 days ago. Contagion with Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, like Typhoid Mary. That's right, Sister Rebecca Lynn. That's right. So here's what the reason why I'm addressing all this is for this reason. We can talk about the numbers all day long. We can talk about how far it's spread all day long. The question is, what movements, what actions are you going to take from this? I watched it, and I'm gonna watch it with them probably tonight. There's also another movie, a good one. It's called Flu. It's either called Flu or The Flu. It's a Korean movie. It's subtitled. You have to read. But I'd actually like foreign movies more than I like American movies. Foreign movies are just good. They're just good. But it's called The Flu or Flu. But it's a Korean subtitled movie. That movie is excellent. I seen a documentary on the powers that be, for lack of a better term, to say they passing these diseases they created. Yes, Sister Atara, wife of Brother Yohanatan. There's reports that it is a patent disease. I have no clue. I have a hard time kind of believing that they ate an animal and got it. It's just, it may have been a situation that it got out and they didn't intend it to. They say many diseases leave lab on the bottom of people's shoes. And this is not to spread fear, but this is to make you aware of what actions are you now going to take now that you know this is the case. See, we homeschool. If you have children that you send to school, what happens? What happens? You're just sending your child to school. And they come home packing more. They left with a 9mm and come back with a freaking tank. What happens when you go to the grocery store? Can you limit the amount of contact with people? Can you? Yes, that new mosquito scares the crap out of me, Sister Angela. That one scares me. They created it in a lab. They're creating actually insects right now to combat other insects, because they're genetically altering certain insects to kill other insects that are invasive. But then these insects become too strong, so now they have to create a counter to stop those insects from reproducing. It's playing God. Oh, sister tribal lady, look that one up. They're creating insects to counter other insects because it's a mess. Right. Burn your clothes. I'll tell you one thing. When I come home from work, I disrobe before I come in. Disrobe, cover up, because I am not about to bring that stuff into my house. The problem is that, hey, its incubation period is 14 days. And that scares me. What kind of systems do you have within your household to protect yourself from this? Sure, this could burn out. This whole disease could burn out, run its life cycle, and it's over. But a 14-day, up to a 14-day incubation period, that's a long incubation period to not show signs. And it happened to hit during flu season. So most people are probably going to think they just have a bug. So what actions are you taking for say, can you, let's just say, wherever you are right now, if they clamped that baby down and said, listen, we are locking down the city of Chicago, because they're not going to warn you before they do it. They're not going to come to you and be like, hey, put your guns down. We're clamping it. Hey, please don't shoot at him. We're clamping Chicago down. Don't kill each other, please. We're clamping Chicago down. I want you all to go to the grocery store and get the goods you need right now, okay? Go buy your goods. Because we're clamping it down. Make sure everybody here is safe. Are they going to do that? Or are they just going to, in order, all traffic in and out of the city of whatever is stopped? Whatever you have, you have. Whatever you don't, you don't. Think of people who live in apartment complexes where they share a lot of the filtration with an apartment complex. I remember living in apartment complexes when my neighbor, 2 apartments over would smoke weed, we'd be high. It would go through the ventilation system. And I'd be in my house like, damn. SBJ. So what are we gonna do? This is why I fully believe that we have been warned. Yeah, iRobot, please return to your homes. These are all things that you have to consider for those people who take Uber or was it Lyft. For Uber and Lyft drivers, taxi drivers, people who drive public buses, who take the public bus, all that risk, have a greater risk. Because again, my stepdad used to be a bus driver in San Diego. And you want to know how many times they went in there and cleaned up those buses? Do you want to know how many times they went in there with spray bottles and wiped the bus down, wiped the poles down, wiped the little string you pull down, wiped the floor down, wiped the seats down? You want to know how many times? I don't think I ever saw it happen. Ever. No, I'm not worried about it, but they sure as heck shut down the public transportation in those areas. How many? Right, never. Never. Unless there's something like overly obvious, that gets wiped down. This is the very reason to be already prepared. If you are scrambling now to gather, you could be getting in. That's right. You want to be in areas that have a low population density. Once per day in the town I live in. Once per day. Okay, let's just go off of that. I like that. That's a good number, West Old Forge. Once per day. How many people come in and out of that bus? Daily. And is that wiped down thorough? Questions. So you have to ask yourself, and there's so much to discuss in regards to this whole idea of this virus. But Steve Wilson, I don't know. I don't even think they tested it yet to figure out how long it can last. No, I know. A large majority of people don't care. The government will take control. They got it under wraps. Right. I heard that they built a level 4 biocontainment facility right across the river from the first reported outbreak area. I've heard that too. By the way, thank you, brother. Thank you. It's just a doctor who apparently contracted the disease. He died. Just things you got to concern yourself about. You have to be worried about this. You have to bless you, Mother Kate. Bless you. And Pastor, bless you, sir. These are the things you have to have your eyes open. It went from an 11 million to a 56 million containment area. That should show you that they know something else. Watch the. I implore you, please go on Google, type in 100,000 reported infected, and you'll hear the nurse talking about it. You hear the doctor talking about it. How they have heard already. The doctors have already heard that over 100,000 are infected. That's a lot of people. When a country puts its economic, when a country starts putting its money and saying, our money, nope, we're shutting these things down, you need to be concerned. Especially a financial economic power like China, who's going to cut down it. No, Great Wall, nope. No Disneyland, no McDonald's, no public transportation, no. When they start affecting their money, you already know it's bad. It's bad when it starts affecting a country's economic freedom. So again, the question is, what are you going to do? What precautions can you take? I've been asked, my email is full of it. I don't have the answers. My answer was come out of her. My answer, when I looked at this stuff a long time ago, was be away from people, put food back, become self-sufficient, grow your gardens, be able to grow your own food, and minimize the contact. Be separate, as the Bible says. To come out and be separate. Set apart myself from sin. Set apart myself from... Be willing to inconvenience myself. Oh, hey. Right, it does. Water filtration, thank you. Water filtration. What things are you going to have to... You just think of a quarantine. Are you going to... Let's say they brought food in. Are you really going to want to go there to get it? Are you really going to want to go to where they are distributing food to get the food? And again, I'm not trying to promote fear. I'm just saying when a country quarantines 56 million people and puts its finances on hold, you need to be concerned. Yes, see, Mother Kate, thank you. 22, yes, the cases in 22 states. 61 people only, though. Of course, it's only 61 people. They got them all. We've got to be careful. We've all got to be careful. We've got to be careful. I think now is a time to start as much as you can. Will Lee, that's a good question because that concerns me too. That one concerns me too. L-Count, yes. L-Count's comment. That's what we were thinking when it gave birth. Mm-hmm. We were just like, is this... In fact, Rivka looked at me and was like, is this Yah like telling you? Mother Kate, I don't know if you know, you and Pastor Fox know, this morning we had a goat. Well, the one that Sister Dana gave to Brother Alex to bring to us. We didn't know it was pregnant. So this morning the children go outside and they start screaming, and the goat that Sister Dana sent us had twins. We got 2 baby goats. We weren't prepared for it at all because we didn't know she was pregnant. And 2 little goats. A doe and a billy. So we're just like, what? Really, Father? Really? Yes, we had twins. We didn't know it was pregnant. No. So we're scrambling around. Mother Kate, sister Zion just said, can you check your text? I think she texted you. We were asking for some information. We were asking for some information because we were like, wait a minute, we're not ready for this.
Right.
What are you two doing here?
Are we ready for it? Because we were going to.
Yeah, right. I was actually going to buy a billet to impregnate them, and apparently it was too late. And we want to say, Mother Kate, also, the one that you gave us, its belly is big also. Really big. Is it possible she could be pregnant? Because she's been doing some good eating, though. She got some weight on her.
She looks big.
Yes. Right, I wasn't expecting an increase. Wasn't even expecting it. Does anybody know the states? If anybody can you look up to see what states? Elkan, that's right. He does know our needs before we even have them. Mm-hmm. Hallelujah. She said absolutely she could be pregnant. Wow. Wow. All right, thank you, Will Lee. Thank you. If anybody can find information on what states there are. But I do know San Francisco has 2 reported cases. LA has 2 reported cases. There's one in Houston, North Carolina, Washington, Texas, or Houston, Texas. It'd be hard for me to believe there's not a case in New York. That would be hard for me to believe. That there is not a case in New York. Yeah, Australia has, last I heard was 5 cases in Australia. France has 4. The UK had 31 people they were testing. They're putting those thermal things. Baltimore was breaking news at 6. So Baltimore, Jesus. And that's the whole point of this live stream. Yes, Europe, yes. And that just worries me because, see, whether or not people care about me, I actually care about the people that subscribe to my channel. And when you think about something like this, you're thinking about also the bigger ramifications of it all. Economically, food. This will affect a lot of things. This will, if you're in, like I said, if you're in a quarantine zone, how do you get food without putting yourself at significant risk? They're making a mention that they're not going to have a vaccine for at least 6 months. And then there's the human trials that they have to go through. And after the human trials, then they get to finally release it to the people. But because it's mutating, they're not even sure that the vaccine they would create would be for that exact strain. That's bothersome. Please look at it. Let this be something that provokes something inside of you. Yes, Elkan, yes. I know, for those of you who are not watching, a guy, Southern Prepper 1, he has an app that he had on his phone, I believe, or tablet, where even after they had initiated the no-fly order, there were still flights leaving that very airport. He shows it on his tablet of the flights that are still leaving that airport. You're welcome, and babies will be Alpine. Oh, they're going to be an Alpine Sanine Kiko mix. Wow.
Yeah, we were wondering because the one has a
Alpine. Yeah, we want Alpine so bad.
Wow.
Thank you so much,
the Billy
Sister Dana.
Full-blood Kiko.
The Billy was full-blood Kiko. Yep. 2 confirmed U.S. people tested in 22 states. Latest confirmation. Woman in Chicago still looking. Thank you. And the woman in Chicago was 60 years old. And they said that she was in Chicago for 11 days. I believe it was 11 days. Would people off the grid be smart to keep everyone off their property? I'm going to be initiating some measures. Definitely. I'm also, I mean, something you may want to think about, men. If you are regularly going to the world, do you have a place to go to in case you find out somebody in your area has it? If you're frequently going to Walmart and there's a possibility something happens, do you have a place to quarantine yourself? I would hate to pass it to my family. Hate to pass it to my family. I got 2 infants, 63 people in 22 states. This concerns me. And I think we all should be concerned. The fact that China, a world power, keeps widening their quarantine area means they're not in front of it yet. Hong Kong, state of emergency. I expect we'll be seeing a lot more of those. Russia said that they are going to aggressively protect the Russian people. What the hell does that mean? What does it mean to aggressively protect your borders? That's a very vague comment. To aggressively protect our borders. What does that mean? What really is going on in the grand scheme of things? Right, they are in their police force. Oh, thank you. And that they wanted milk. That's the one thing they wanted was milk. So I have been upping my spring plan garden is going to be a monster. It's going to be a monster. The effects of this are going to be far-reaching. The effects will be far-reaching. How many people are going to want to go to work if this thing keeps growing? Who's going to want to go to work? Right. L-Count, that's what I was thinking. An 8x8 with a toilet, a sink, maybe a little stove in it. We have a trailer. And I was just told them, I'm going to clean that trailer out. Just in case. Just in case I find out it's at my hospital, I'm not coming home and going to come in the house. I'm going straight in that area. And I'll spend my 14 days there if it means protecting them. We all say, I feel like something is coming down. We all say that. I feel like something's coming down. Could it be Iran? Could it be this? Could it be that? What if it is this? What if it is? We have a responsibility as men to protect our families. We have a responsibility to be aware of what's coming. We have a responsibility to understand these things. We have a responsibility to be in the know. Yah's people perish for a lack of knowledge. It doesn't say what kind of knowledge. They perish for a lack of knowledge because they reject knowledge. Here's an opportunity for you to go and acquire some knowledge. Do some research on this thing. Be and stay abreast to what is taking place. We should not be the last ones to figure this stuff out. Yeah, 6 months is too much time. That is too. By that time, it's full blown. That thing is. I mean, it's already going. How many of us even heard? They said that the first case, I think, was like the first known case was December 23rd or something like that. How many of us heard of this thing in December 23rd? How many of us heard of this coronavirus, and now it actually has a name? How many of us heard of it in December 23rd? Probably not many of us. Right, a week ago. Right, that's not when I heard about it. Apparently, it's been taking place well over a month. It's been going well over a month, and I didn't know anything about it. So now, in less than a week, it's gone from a quarantine of 11 million to a quarantine of 56 million. Lady of Lake Fork, yes. It bothers me because It's in Japan. It's in Taiwan. I think Vietnam has 2 cases now. Australia, Saudi Arabia has a couple cases. The Middle East got it. And like I mentioned in the video, what happens when it hits one of these extremely impoverished third world regions where people's hygiene is extremely low? It booms. But they said, I only heard about it from you. I mean, when you're sitting at work, you have a lot of time to study. So I went online. I'm like, this thing is crazy. This thing is crazy. And you're watching, you turn on the news and everyone's focused on the Trump impeachment. I'm like, the Trump impeachment is not going to kill people. Why are we not talking about this? Why are we not talking about this thing? I don't know. I hope everybody is getting ready. I hope everybody is doing their due diligence. I don't, as Sister Tribal Lady, I'm not trying to scare. I don't want to scare. I want you to look it up yourself. Philippines, wow. It's in the Philippines. Yes, the rapidity is what is concerning. It's going so fast. Mm-hmm. Will Lee said, if 56 million are quarantined, it's bigger than we know. Yes. 6 Acres said, I don't want my husband to work. It's amazing. Well, if it's fake, then you don't have to worry about it. Please leave my channel. Thank you. I don't understand why you would come and tell everybody it's fake. If it's that fake, you're good. See you later. It's a waste of time. Probably one of the people that escaped through the thermal scannings. You're not scanning me.
Right.
If the airports are putting up these scanners, I think they said the international airports are putting up these scanners, the thermal scanners. That's interesting. But don't be concerned. Don't be worried. Hey, again, if you can, these are a couple of things I want you to look up. Look up the crying nurse in the hospital. Look at some of the pictures of people laying out on the ground in the hospital with sheets over their whole body. Look at the people that were laying out in the streets. Look at those. There were some still photos of people laying out in the streets with the workers in their hazmat suits standing next to them. I mean, it could be Photoshop. It could be. But those videos with going through the hallway, looking at the bodies, that was confirmed authentic. Right. Chelsea B. Look at the fact that they're telling us not to worry. Watch the news report in Chicago. I think it was the mayor. Watch that one and watch her, how she just, don't worry about it. It's all under control. Keep living your life like nothing's going on. We quarantined her right after we found out. Wait a minute. But when did you find out? You found out a week after she got back. But we quarantined her. Don't worry. I like what Tall Tribes Athlete said. When they tell you not to worry, the best thing to do is get the hell out. And it is. I hope that everybody has taken some action prior to this event to store food. Pastor Fox, who was one of the main reasons why I left Southern California, which is probably a hotbed of that virus, has been saying for many years, well before I ever started saying it, he was saying, come out of her, my people. He was saying it. And I hope it's not a Lot and a Doe, Lot's wife situation where we have to see the fire and brimstone coming down before we leave. I am from the government, and I'm here to help.
The nurse lady, no,
When the lady was crying?
said don't trust you.
Yeah, that was her. Yeah, if you watch the article, the nurse, she said the government's lying to you. We are treating, we have over 10 doctors here, and they're treating well over 100 patients a day. Each doctor is handling over 100 patients. I thought they said it was only 1,400 confirmed cases. If it's, oh, that's interesting. Numbers don't add up. And believe, they're not going to tell you until it's too late. Until they have the infrastructure set up for them to be okay, that's when you'll know. They'll tell you then. Oh, by the way, you all should probably be storing up some water right now. It's too late. All I'm going to do is go to the grocery store and get it? Yeah. Yeah. More. Yes. Yes. SPJ, I believe it's more than 63 also in the States. Way more than 63. I mean, it's bothersome. So at what point would you say to not go outside sometime before a lockdown? I'm not going to give by the way, thank you, Redbeard. Thank you again. Thank you. I don't want to give advice into this situation. I think each person should be aware of the situation, aware of where you are. If you're living in a major city, you should have your eyes like this. I, obviously being out here, have less worries, but because of where I work, I am very aware of what's taking place, how it's taking place. I have co-workers that work at other facilities, and I let them know, hey, you hear anything, let me know. I message them daily. Hear anything? Anything. You got a pamphlet? You heard anything about a flu? Anything? No? Okay. Well, when you do, please let me know. Oh gosh, that person's still back. Oh, he's trying so hard. Okay. Oh no. There you go. Right, when they hit your state, don't go outside. I think now's the time. If you have a little bit of extra disposable income, it wouldn't hurt, and you don't have anything stored up, it wouldn't hurt to put back some dry goods. It wouldn't hurt to go back and buy a couple 100 pounds of rice or beans or whatever. And I know it sounds like a lot, but you can buy, a 20-pound bag of rice from a store, for $8, $9. It wouldn't hurt for you to get a grocery cart full of rice, some beans, maybe some soup to put on top of your rice, some seasoning. It wouldn't hurt. I mean, the masks. Look up the price of those masks on Amazon right now. Woo! It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I like beans, but I've stored. I mean, I've stored poundage. I'm not gonna say how much of many different items. Um, I have well over a ton of dried corn. That's just dried corn. This is a baby, so I'm not trying to be nursey. Are you a nurse? I can effectively say I work in the medical field. Sister Betty Boo, I'll message you, okay? I'll message you. um, put back some provisions. Oh yeah, the masks do come from China. Oh crap. um, what did Jeremy Johnson say? Joe.
Jones?
Yeah.
I think Chris is right. I don't want to be mean, but I am going to stay home this week. Got a few farm projects anyways, but I don't want any visitors either. Self quarantine.
And I don't I in a bug out area, I would suggest a bug out bag for anybody, no matter where you live. I would suggest a bug out bag for any and every purpose. I have one in every vehicle, for each child, for each person in my house. The one major concern is it's almost like you have to beat it hitting your area, because at the point that they quarantine, it may be hard to get out. It may be hard to get out at the point where if they get to the point where they're going to quarantine it and they quarantine and you're just like, I'm going to leave now, it may be hard to get out. And then the next question is, where do you go? And you remember, if you leave and you go somewhere else and they ask, where are you from? Chicago. And they see you got a backpack on your back with provisions in it, they're probably going to assume you left while it was quarantined. So you have to think this thing completely out, because you don't want somebody else seeing you with a backpack saying, what, you're from Chicago? Oh, heck no. So this is just a time to be aware. Power Tap Guru, shalom. This is just time to be, and I'm saying these things to provoke an awareness inside, where you can look at your own situation, because not everybody's situation is the same. Look at your own situation. If you're in a metropolitan area, know what's happening around you. Know what's going on. Be aware. Nothing is more foolish than for us to see and know this is taking place and not be up to date. Don't be afraid. I'm going to, as much as I possibly can, if I find out facts, I'm going to post them. It may not even be a video. I may just post, if I find out it's in a city, it's in a certain city, I'll post it in the, you know how you can post up, a post? Messages? I'll put them up. People are probably right. So I'll post those up. If I find out it's in another city, confirmed, I'll post it up. Just for informational purposes. If you're in that area, you can say, okay, I live in LA, but it's in San Diego. I live in, I don't know, the Bronx, but it's in New York. I live in Charlotte, but it's in Asheville. Something like that. Just to be aware. Because we don't know where this thing's going. It does bother me. The Bible does say it in the end times, and as times get worse, not even the end times, as times get worse, there's going to be plagues. There's going to be plagues. I think now's a great time. If you don't have bleach, buy some. Buy some what do you call it? My mind went blank right now. The stuff you put in pool water. You put in your pool. You can actually make bleach. What do they call that stuff? Pool shock. Pool shock. Buy some pool shock. You can make your own bleach. We make our own bleach here using pool shock. Right. Yeah. Don't be afraid. Don't run around. The sky is falling. You don't have to do that, but you should be aware. You should have a plan in place. Do you have a plan in place for your family? I had somebody ask me a question about their children. Do I pull my children out of school? Pool shock. It's called pool shock. You can go to your local Walmart and get, buy the bag of pool shock. It tells you, you can go online. It'll tell you how much to put to a gallon of water. Put it in the water, shake it up, leave it out for a day or two, and you've got bleach. And we use that to clean here. We actually use that to clean here. We actually use it also as a water purification. If we have long-standing water, I'll put a little bit of pool shock in there. Clear it off. It clears it right up. We don't know where this thing's going. We don't know how long it's going to last. We do know there's a long incubation period. Yes. Thank you, New World. Be very careful how you store pool shock. Very careful on how you store pool shock. But you can use chlorine tablets. That's right, chlorine tablets. But all those ideas that you had, You know, oh, thank you, Brother Frank. I will do the video, Yah willing, tomorrow. I will do the video tomorrow on how we made a Berkey using 2 5-gallon buckets and 4 Dalton water filters. Cost me $130-$140 to make a 5-gallon Berkey system using food grade buckets. Now I do have a Berkey, but I built my own too. But I think we're at that time. We've got to be careful. All of us can see what's happening. We all are here because we can see this thing does not look good. We have to take the precautions now. I buy the powder, full shot. I buy the powder. But yes, you do want to be careful how you store it. Very careful how you store it. New You, it's a great video, but she's crying. I mean, she's talking about how overworked she is and how overworked the staff is. But it's a sad video. It's an extremely sad video. Extremely sad video. To see the level of suffering that is taking place. Just as a person, it hurts like, dang, like, I couldn't imagine. I mean, they dealt with SARS. What was it? Was it 2008? I think it was, when they had the SARS epidemic. Killed 1,000. One of the doctors, he has the audio. The audio's out there. One of the doctors said basically that this thing is going to make SARS look like the common cold. And this is a doctor who's treating it, who said this is going to make SARS look like the common cold. And I was just like, geez, goodness gracious. So if we can, do the things that you can do to preserve yourself with whatever you have. And if this thing blows over, hey, you got 100 pounds of rice. You got some extra food. It's like a savings account. I mean, that's how I look at it. I look at how I live outside of the fact that I live this. See, I am not a prepper who believes in Yah. I believe in Yah, which is why I prepare. There's a difference. The book, the Bible, the way the Bible tells us to live is the most important. I live this way because I'm obedient to Yah. First and foremost. And in that obedience to Yah, we are told to prepare ourselves. But I believe Yah, and that's why I live this way. That's why I chose this lifestyle. I can see agricultural, I can see preparedness in the Bible. It was like ingrained in Yah's people. They didn't have to go out and meditate on it. You know, you read the story of Joseph. When you read the story of Joseph and he interpreted Pharaoh's dream, he didn't have to go and brainstorm. He immediately, right off the bat, shot at Pharaoh what we need to do. Pharaoh, we need to do this. We got to store this much food, build granaries, build barns, build whatever we got to build. We got to store this food. He didn't have to go to YouTube and watch a video. Okay, wait a minute. Should I be storing food? No, he knew it already. That's why I do it. I do it because it was ingrained in the people in the Bible. And if I say I am them and they are me, and I live the way they live, and I keep the law that they kept, and I serve the same Yah that they serve, then that's a clue. I should already be preparing. I should already be doing this thing. So now some people are preppers who also believe the Bible. I'm the reverse. I'm the reverse. Because my soul salvation is important. And that is the fundamental basis of why I do everything that I do. The reason why I live this way is because I serve Yah. Period. And in that, I am charged to, as a man, to provide for my family. Food, clothing, covering, a house, and then the conjugal rights. But I'm charged with that. The Bible doesn't say if hard times come and food is scarce, I cannot provide for my wife. He doesn't say that. He doesn't say, because hard times come, you don't have to provide for Rivka and Zion and your children. He doesn't say that. He's given us ample warning of these things. So it's for me to do the actions, not just read the book. It does no good for me to read the book and not do the actions. So I have a responsibility to Rivka and Zion, to these children, a complete responsibility to them. Because I don't want to be that person that sits on judgment and y'all's looking at me like, you didn't take care of your family. Well, you had them living out in the cold, or you didn't have the certain provisions for them. Well, I don't think he's going to be very interested in my excuses. Just my personal opinion, though. So right now, we can see these things happening as men, as sisters. If you're a single sister, if you're a man, you can see these things taking place. There is no excuse for us to not make a move. There's not an excuse for us to not do something. We've got to do something to preserve our family, to preserve ourselves. Something. We can all do something. We can all make a sacrifice to do something. I like Westhold Forge. Oh, that is good, brother. Oh, that is so good. He said, tribe up, people. Hurry it up. Tribes are going to be one of the most proficiently profound and important things. Who do you know? Who can you work with? Who do you have fellowship with in your area? Who can you count on in your area? Who do you know in your area? Who? That is something that is going to be vitally important as this thing goes on. If this thing continues, we must, as Brother David said, foresee the evil. It's in Proverbs, it says it twice. The prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself. The foolish one passes on. You hear the warnings, you'll pass on and be punished. Like Jamie said, born tribal on a res. So this is it. If you're not around a tribe, do the best that you can. Find somebody as close as you can to you, even if it's a couple hours away. Find somebody as close as you can to you. Somebody that will know if you haven't called or you haven't communicated with them in a time. Now's the time for us to form real friendships, real community, real tribes. Brother Frank said, moving up his exodus date, he's going to be out here with us in the general area between Brother David, myself, him, Brother Johnny Smith, Israelite Preppers coming out. Find your tribe and get ready to join up, Mother Kate said. This is the time. See, Yah is such an awesome Yah that he gives us warnings. He is so awesome. He warns us. He's like, hey, I'm going to give you a warning. It's going to rain. It's going to rain hard. People will die because of this rain. Prepare yourself, your ark. Prepare your ark. So that for the saving of your family and the saving of those that will hear what you are saying. Now, I am no Noah. I am not Noah. I can't carry Noah's flipper or sandal straps. I am not even close to that man. But take this time and really search your heart and ask yourself, this is the time. This is the time to get yourself spiritually, first and foremost. I meant slipper. I didn't mean to say flipper. This is the time to get your spiritual right. Get your soul right with the Father. Are you keeping his laws and his commandments? Are you? To hell with other people's opinions. Are you? I'm not saying this is it. This is not my my presidential address before I disappear in my bunker. But this is something that I want us to be aware of, while we can see these times coming. There's a lot of instability in this world. And then this happens. A coronavirus. And we know we're being lied to as far as the media goes, as far as the government goes, as far as how serious this thing is. The fact that they could even lie to people and tell people, don't worry, when an incubation period is 14 days, it's already enough to be like, whoa. As soon as I heard a 14-day incubation period, I was like, whoa, it could be up to 4. That means that person could be rolling around hot. What we call hot, it's susceptible to spreading whatever they have. That person could be rolling around just completely hot. And we're told it's okay. Just tracking the spread of it. You're telling me it's okay? It's not. It's not. I believe 6 Acres said he just watched the coronavirus nurse uploads. Heart-wrenching. He watched it. Shalom, Pastor Fox. Shalom in the house. Shalom, Pastor. It's just we can't, and I hope that you get a level of sincerity. I'm not selling you stuff. I'm not going to tell you after the end of the stream to go to my online store and buy gas masks and I get a cut of everything that you're not hearing that from me. I'm not selling you a solar this, a gas mask that. I'm not selling you anything. It's not the purpose of this. The sole purpose of this is for you to have the information so you can make moves that you see you need to make, whatever they may be. N100 mask would be helpful. Have you all seen the price increase on Amazon of these masks? I mean, the increase was, 3 or 4 times. I was like, my goodness. I would think that this is a good time if, for as a family. Oh, he was blocked? Oh, wait. Wes S was blocked? Give me 1 second. I am sorry, Brother Wes S. I did not know I blocked you. Let me. Give me one. Yeah. Okay, let me see. All right, I'm on this page. Let me see if I can. Wes S., you are now unblocked. I am so sorry. Okay. Wes S., you should be able to. I am so sorry. I did not mean to block you. Oh, goodness. I didn't even know I blocked them. I did not even know I blocked them. I was trying to block the other person that was making stupid comments. And I'm oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Wes S., you should be good now. You should be able to comment. But yes, it's just interesting times. Oh, okay. This really boo. It's all good. I am so sorry. I'm assuming that's you, Small Onion. I am so sorry, Wes S. I am so sorry. A flu flashlight. You can buy your top of the line flu flashlight from Pastor Fox. You shine your light at the flute and it runs. Buy them now. They're going high. Oh, okay. I will hang out a small one. Okay. Okay. But yes, it's this is not a sales pitch. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Well, if you're letting Wesson. It's amazing. It's an amazing time right now. It's an amazing time. If anything, this should provoke some thought. Taking this opportunity to look at what you have on your shelves. Look at what you have on your shelves. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Sit down as a family. Do you have a plan? We have a plan in our family. We have a color coordinated system. Code blue, code green, or a blue, green, yellow, orange, red, black. Depending on the color, we have a certain reaction that we have here, depending on the color. Code blue or blue means that everything's great. Don't worry about nothing. We will never have blue again. In fact, we will never have green again. Yellow and on, I guess. So I hope that this oh, you can make masks. Oh, the Red Cross did. They have low standards. I think that everybody has something to add. So I mean, I really don't have much else to say except I mean, Pastor Fox has said, "For how long come out of her, my people? For how long?" How long? I hope that we already talked about you're late. If you came in late, then you came in late. We talked about, I mean, there is no solution to it. Solution is separation from it. But you came in late. We've discussed this thing for almost 2 hours now. So I hope that yeah, it has blown up. I mean, again, what they're saying on the news is 1,400. There are many videos of nurses who are working in the area who are talking to doctors, and the doctors are reporting that it's over 100,000 now. That's a good question. You're supposed to have your beard. It's supposed to be airtight. When you apply a mask, it's supposed to be airtight. So you want a seal around it all. So if you have a beard, you kind of want to tuck your beard in as much as possible. So that's all I got. That's all I got as far as this is concerned. Please do your own due diligence. Yes, beards don't allow a good seal. In fact, when I had to test with this, needless to say, I didn't pass my test. I couldn't acquire a seal. So I do have a different mask that it's a full face. It comes underneath here instead of coming across here. It comes underneath, and the seal is applied. But I feel like I'm being plunged. Like there's a plunger on my face because the seal is down here and not up here, and it was costly. But yeah. So I hope that everybody takes this time to really evaluate their own personal protections. Again, Mother Kate's doing videos on it. She did an excellent video, and I'm going to be posting little Shalom, Sister Angela. Shalom, shalom, Sister Angela. Blessings to your head and in the house. I'm going to be, a bigger mask. Anytime I see a state, I'm going to put it up. I'm gonna put it up that, okay, it's confirmed in this state. So, again, I don't do this for thumbs up, so you're never going to hear me say thumbs it up, and I don't care if you thumbs it up. I'm not looking for that. What I want is everybody to be taken care of. I want everybody to be safe. So, and of all things, pray. Make sure you're right spiritually. Make sure you are right spiritually. Have a relationship with the Father. Lady of Lake Fork, I'm in regards to that area, I'm well covered. I have things that are greater than respirator masks. Yeah, I don't like to go too far into that, but I thank you, sister. With that being said, please look up the videos. Please look up the pictures. Please do your due diligence. With that being said, I hope you all have a blessed work week. And get things done. Get things done. Thank you all. And shalom.